to 100 short. So Nick Harris had put out this tweet, which really got Cowboys Nation up in arms. This was that Stephen Jones said, "We've made the decision that George Pickens will play under the franchise tag. There won't be any long-term negotiations." Uh, so yeah, Catboy says Pickens to play on the tag. Um, I can understand why Cowboys Nation is freaking out because the reputation of George Pickens is that, and part of the reason why he's not even in Pittsburgh and why they trade him is because he's a crash out. Or it's like what's Botch Lombardi had said, he called him like NFL young boy. And so the speculation would be that, especially because he's a David Mulugeta client, that Pickens would be very angry and upset being franchise tagged and not given a long-term deal. I will say that Ian Rappaport came out later, and I don't know if the Cowboys are in damage control. It did come out and say that the Cowboys want to see more, like they want a larger sample size of the 1 year that Pickens played. And it's like they just want to see more. This is actually not anything abnormal for the Cowboys. It really isn't. And the reason I'm saying is, like, typically when they have right before they have to pay a big contract, this is something that they do. Like, this is part of their playbook. They did it with DeMarcus Lawrence before he got his big deal. He had to play on a franchise tag. Dak Prescott got franchise tag twice. Now the second time he got the deal literally right the first game of the season, but first time he got franchise tag when they could have had him signed for like 25 per year or 30 per year. And that was the season where he had the horrific ankle injury where he broke his ankle and the bone came through, and the Cowboys had a putrid season the rest of the way, having no Dak Prescott, and then they had to make him the highest paid quarterback in the league. So do I think this means that Pickens is going to get a long-term deal for sure? Not necessarily. If anything, I honestly think it's 2 years that you might see George Pickens. And I say might because I do think they'll play him on the tag this year. And I actually think they'll probably franchise tag him again next year. And possibly they'll get a deal done. But I feel like it's almost more likely they'll try to make him play again on the tag, or they'll just trade him. And I think that's also going to determine on what they do with the pick in tomorrow's draft. If they take Jordan Tyson, which is smoke out there, we'll see.